Let me give Yusuke. Okay, Yusuke, can you share your screen?
Yep.
All right, the floor is yours.
I'm so nervous, but I do my best. Can you see my screen? Okay. Yeah. Let's start. Hello everyone. My name is Yusuke Tani, and I am a teacher from Osaka Prefectural High School. Today, I'll introduce you to my practice in my school. Before starting my presentation, there is something I would remind everyone. And this presentation includes a scene where my students are shown. So please don't publish this presentation outside this community. I've been teaching chemistry for 6 years in this school. My school is technical high school, and generally, the students in technical high school in my region have low academic performance relatively. Most of them are most of them are employed after graduation rather than go to university. That's why there are a lot of students who have a poor attitude towards their studies. I always been considering how they motivated their studies and what they need for their future. First of all, for students to acquire the skills they need in society at school, what should we teachers consider? I think teachers should know what skills society requires. The two pictures above show people working in the factory before Second World War in Japan. Society at this age required the skills to follow orders and do the same as everyone else. However, currently, the skills society requires are drastically changing. Machine and AI have been replacing human jobs, and humans more needed to collaborate with other people and create new value. Moreover, as various new working styles are spreading in society, we have to coordinate our lives by ourselves than we were. So, how about school? This is a school in Japan that is more than 100 years ago. On the other hand, this is a current general type of school in Japan. So, as you can see, the school haven't changed its form from 100 years ago, despite society has changed dramatically. I thought that I shouldn't continue this simultaneous class, which was invented more than 100 years ago and efficiently produced the people who work with a uniform style. And I looked for the way that students would acquire the skills required in current society. This is the top 10 key competencies required in current society. I want to train these skills to students during my class, and consequently, I found one style of the class called Manabiari in Japanese. Manabiari means to collaborate and cooperate for learning. I'm going to show you the short video of my actual class. Here is the most typical classroom in Japan. They are learning chemistry in this video using textbooks and note-taking. We are sometimes doing experiments, but spend much time for reading textbooks or writing. Sorry, can you hear the voice?
No, the sound
No.
is not.
Sound is not. Okay.
Maybe you can stop sharing and share again.
No.
Share with some.
No, it's not important.
Okay.
Yeah, I proceed. This is me. Sorry, they are studying about the same assignment of the textbook. And as you can see, some students are leaving their places and and study together with their friends. I don't use the blackboard, so students proceed with their studies at their respective pace. Students who likes to study alone are studying alone, and students who want to make a group with their friends are studying together. Yeah, in this scene, one female student was calling and asking me what she doesn't understand. While I teach her, two students start to cooperate in solving their assignments. In this class, there are many good teachers besides me. I'm sorry that boys can't be active. But in this scene, I'm telling them how to solve one question, which most of them misunderstand. Although students should proceed with their studies at their respective pace, I sometimes teach all students some vital points they need. Okay, next class. This is another class. This is me. Yeah, this class is all male students. Typically, there are far more boys than girls in technical high school in Japan. And as you can see, some of them, these, make a group, but this is not my instruction. They make a group themselves when they need it. Moreover, some of them use their smartphone, this one or this one. They use their smartphone despite of during the class. I always tell them, if you think a smartphone needs your study, you can use it. I believe everything they think to need for studying should be utilized in their learning, even during classes. Uh, I always cherish this idea, give the control of learning from teacher to children. A teacher should be a coach, counselor, and facilitator, not a teacher. Sometimes students have trouble and are lazy like this uh, in studying. However, I think that all moments, including such a time, grow their competencies, which is like decision making, communication, problem solving, and organizational skills as competencies I showed you before. This is a reflection card for students that I made. I have translated their writings and show you some of them. Students periodically write their growth points, improvement points, and their goal for the next period or their future. I verify students' states of progress and conditions through the portfolios like this. It's important not only teaching but also facilitating their respective growth by visualization. We don't have much time, so I show you some student records that I especially impressed ever. This one, I think that It's the most important that the students realize their improvement by themselves. A teacher should not only point out their mistakes every time, but also help them find their mistakes and be able to improve them by themselves. Next, these students realize the danger of pieces of information on the internet. Students sometimes learn more than teachers expect them. This student wrote, "Early to bed, early to rise." This is the last student. This comment is the most impressive for me ever. This student wasn't good at making a relationship with others and always alone when class started. What I want to emphasize is that I have never forced other students to be a friend to him. I have just trusted them and watched them over. As you know, children often have a more strong power, more than teachers expect. When adults trust children and give the control of learning from adults to children, we can see more children blossoming in their potential. At last, I would like to end my presentation by introducing a famous saying by William Arthur Ward. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Yusuke. That was great.
Bravo.
I think that the term great teacher inspires also applies to Yusuke tonight, as I believe that many of us are inspired by what Yusuke have done for his students. I mean, there are a lot of talks about empowering students. There have been a lot of discussion as to how we can do that, right? But talks mean nothing if you don't do what has to be done, i.e., what is the step that you have to take to make sure that you giving over the control of the education to your students is a reality. But Yusuke have shown us how he has done it, and he also shared very good observation, very good implementation action that I think all of us here can also take examples from and also do in our own classroom. Thank you so much, Yusuke. That was very impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was great. All
So
right.
one thing, let me share with you. So actually, Yusuke is one of the person I am always inspired by, because I'm thinking of the similar situation that I'm not really, for example, I'm not really good at French. Then if having like getting into that community, it's so tough. But like Yusuke is studying English as well, but at the same time trying to challenge himself always, and then try to like have this opportunity too. He nominated by himself to want to present his practice in English. So he was a really inspiring figure, and then one of the greatest, as the quote says. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Yusuke, how do you feel now?
I was so nervous and I feel a little confidence.
Now you feel
yeah, now.
more confident.
Yeah. I'm glad to finish my presentation.
Yeah.
we glad we had the chance to actually listen into your presentation, because that was great. And we want you to remember how you feel right now. Remember how you feel this much of a confidence, so that you will continue to be confident to share with other people, to keep sharing and telling your story to other people as well. All right.